Hello everyone, and welcome to the Academy channel. I'm your detective host Igor, and today we're gonna talk about some Severance Season 2, Episode 9. We have some very cool people in the house. We have Christian here, we have the Chocolate Thunder, we have Zdrank Nesty, and Shara. Okay, Shara is an interesting nickname, definitely. Your hair, uh, your glorious hair. This is just me after the shower. If I'm not, usually if I'm not taking care of my hair, it's gonna be like an explosion on a pasta factory. Oh, I have some people in Russian speakers here. OST, I think I know who is that. Yeah, I know this nickname. Hi, hello, aloha. Hey, Igor. Hi from Greece. Hi, everyone coming in. Okay, everybody. So, today's live is gonna be just about us talking about Severance. Maybe we're gonna watch some videos. I don't know, but it's not gonna be one of those lives when the whole point is just to watch some YouTube videos, just to watch some different creators. Maybe we're gonna, discuss some theory, or maybe we're gonna you're gonna let me know that there's a video that you want me to see, that you really want me to watch. Then we're gonna check it out. But my main goal is actually to talk to you because I think, I'm talking to you about this already. I was talking to you about this many times. I'm not bashing myself, but I'm also honest. Some videos I'm just more proud than the others, and I think it's okay. You're not gonna be 100% satisfied with every video, even though obviously every time I'm making a video I hear Gemma's voice telling me you should enjoy every video equally. Obviously I have this voice in my head, but still some videos I think are better. I actually really love my video for 8th episode. I love my video for episode 6 and 5, where I think were very good. Episode 7 was just a bit overwhelming. I made a great video, I think, but still it wasn't the best because there's so much information, and I just wanted to put as much possible as I can in one video, and then eventually I ended up making 2 videos. But episode 9, I'm not enjoying when I'm complaining, okay? There were many moments that I was like, what is going on? That it doesn't make any sense. And I always enjoy more doing videos when I'm like, okay, this is the best episode ever. This was absolutely amazing. Like episode 7 completely blew my mind. It was one of the greatest episodes of all time. Of television, in my opinion. It was an absolute masterpiece, and I just want to make a video. I just wanted to make a video for when I'm gonna be like half an hour, just talking about how amazing this episode did, how much emotions and information it gave me while I was watching it. But once again, I'm never gonna get this early access to the videos, to the episodes, because if I'm seeing something that I don't like, I tell this. It's, some people consider it like I'm bashing the TV show, and obviously I'm not. You can notice something that you dislike in a TV series or in a movie that you still really like. So I'm gonna dive into the chat today. We're gonna talk to you, we're gonna see some questions, some interesting theories, everything that comes to your mind about the latest episode or maybe previous episodes. We're just gonna discuss this, and we're gonna talk about this. If I'm gonna have to switch to my screen, we're gonna switch to my screen, and I'm gonna open the episode. I'm gonna open some images, and we're gonna discuss everything. So, okay. Let me go to the chat. It's gonna be easier for me to read it from this screen. Just okay. Yes, this is live. Okay, so let's go to the chat. Okay, hey Igor, hey Fabrice, this is where I stopped. Hi everyone coming in. Hi from Brazil. Oh my god, Carnaval. I wish we had translators embedded in chat. I think this is something that's coming soon on YouTube. Probably already there are some creators that are enjoying this new feature. It's basically like an AI is translating your video to, I think, like 6 or 7 languages. Like it translates to Spanish, to French, to German, to Japanese, I think. It's not just subtitles, it's actually a narration. Sorry. I mean, I'm having the craziest day, like, of like bad luck today. I think in years. Like, first of all, I was like, I was working on my Russian video, and I was like, okay, I need to have some rest. So I sent this video to an editor, like somebody who I'm working with, and he was working for 3 hours and basically did nothing there. So I was really angry about this. Like, you need to start doing everything by myself from the very beginning. Then my girlfriend, she made a salad, and I was like, oh, salad. And apparently I'm a 37 years old kid who cannot eat. So I ate some salad, and then like a piece of cucumber got stuck in my throat. And I was kind of freaking out about it because it's like I don't know what to do if I'm like starting to choke on this shit. But eventually it passed. And then we were making a bath for our baby, and I wanted to like let my girl rest a little bit. So I was like, I'm gonna bath him, and she was like, wash his neck, please. And I was like, yeah, sure. So I took some water and I splashed it on his neck, but then some water with the with the oil, with the washing oil, got into his mouth, and I was like, I started once again, what is going on? Is he okay? We started to check everything. We started to call everything, like with to see if it's not really dangerous, because he's not even 4 months old. So I don't know what the consequences of that. Yeah, and while I was showering, like, to the cherry on top, I got some shampoo in my eye, and I'm like sitting right now with you and like trying to hold the eye. So today is gonna be like a very interesting live stream for me. It's gonna be challenging, but I think I'm gonna have some fun anyway. Okay, so let's go back to the chat. My theory is that Cold Harbor will not be finished, and Mark is gonna try to stop Lumen. I don't think it's gonna be finished. Even if it is, they gotta have some option to stop Gemma from dying. I mean, if she's gonna die in the end of season 2, it's gonna be disappointing. I mean, this is gonna be anticlimactic, and then eventually we're not watching Game of Thrones, right? This is not one of those TV shows when we're gonna be like, yeah, everybody dies, so enjoy. Hopefully not. I want to see Gemma being saved after the torture that she went through in episode 7, and she's probably going through this torture for years and years already. She deserves to be saved. She deserves to have something good in her life, and Lumen deserves to burn for that. So, but we need to understand what is the freaking point of the Cold Harbor. Everybody has a theory. I mean, I'm trying to build a theory, but with all the information that we have right now, there is nothing that comes right away to mind. Okay, so we know that, let's start from the beginning. Okay, Kier Egan, he goes through the Civil War, he sees all the pain and suffering, he's understanding that there is some very big fault, like a very big defect in human nature, and he understands that this is those 4 tempers that bring humans to not being able to achieve their full potential. And he wants to relieve them from their pain, just like his father did with an ether factory. You start with the ether, it was a sedative drug, and it was also a recreational drug. So their whole ideology of this company is basically, we want to cure pain. So probably Kier Egan decided he wants to cure not only physical pain, he wants to cure the emotional pain. So this is the same ideology that Cobell supposed to serve, and this is why she wanted to create the severance process, because she wanted her mother to feel less pain, or not feel pain at all, like maybe some Eni would experiencing the pain while she's being sick, and this is how she basically wanted to help her until she will be recovered, or something like this. Or she wanted to experience less pain by herself, working in this shitty place with the shitty Lumen company, ether, like they're like 8 years old, sniffing ether there. Doesn't sound like a great childhood. Anyways, so it's probably like it's woven into her ideology, into their ideology. So if they want to achieve some kind of an incredible, amazing life goal that's going to change the history of human race, as Drummond said this, and it's going to be achieved with them completing the Cold Harbor. And we have seen that in every other room, she was working through some kind of a fear, or some kind of some kind of, once again, suffering. In the dentist chair, she was definitely going through some woe, suffering, horrible situation. In the plane, she was going through dread. even though it was kind of comic and maybe there was some frolic there, but she was not having fun in this situation. Obviously, malice, anger was there, definitely there in the room with the Christmas ornaments. So they're going through those tempers, they're going through this pain, and they're trying to cure it somehow. And Cold Harbor supposed to cure something that was not being able to be cured like before. It's supposed to be revolutionary. But Gemma, as far as Cobell's saying, has to die in the end of this. So in my mind, so far, I cannot connect those two bases here. You have to die in order to finish the Cold Harbor, and then finishing the Cold Harbor somehow will cure humanity from, I don't know, from the fear of death, from the death itself. Maybe they want to see if they can bring her to life after she's died. I don't know, but once again, it doesn't make any sense, because if they were willing, or they were waiting for her to somehow come back to life after Cold Harbor, then Cobell would not say it like, she's gonna die, then she's dead already, like she said in this episode. So she knows this is not something that you can recover from. Dying, not something you can recover from. So far, I don't have you can fantasize, you can speedball, and you can drop a lot of different theories and ideas, but so far I cannot see even one that is really, really based. So drop yours in the chat. Maybe there's something that we can discuss. Okay, practicing my Russian. Nice. I'm practicing here my English, you're practicing your Russian, so we'll help in each other, I guess. Sorry, but with my throat today, I need to take something to drink. Usually in the evenings, not every day, obviously, but I wish it was every day when I'm helping to put my son asleep. We're putting some karaoke, and I'm singing to him, even though I don't know how to sing. And when I sing, birds are actually flying from the sky, and they're killing themselves because they cannot listen to the shit. To this feculence, but my son enjoys it and he falls asleep. But today I was not even able. I had a lot of pressure here. Hopefully it passed. So anyway, just as I told you, this is live stream. We're gonna discuss a lot of different things. So it's gonna be just a chat with friendly people, and hopefully we're all gonna have some fun today. Okay, so one of the things, the chat is jumping here sometimes. Okay, what kind of Pepsi is that? That's a zero. That's Pepsi Zero. It's something that my girlfriend is usually drinking, but sometimes I'm just stealing for myself. So it's so cool to see so many places. So if you're anywhere from the world, if you're not really lazy about this, you can write hi from Brazil. It kind of makes my day seeing so many people from different places in Earth, and everybody's joining in one place. It's awesome. One of the things I would like to discuss is how much will be answered before season 3. They have to answer what the hell is Cold Harbor. They cannot finish the episode with, and the Cold Harbor is titles, that's it, credits. No, this is gonna be horrible. They're probably gonna leave us on some kind of a cliffhanger. It's not gonna be and everything is revealed. Of course, they're gonna have something to leave us with for the next season, but they need to answer what is Cold Harbor. And understanding that will give us a lot of information for other questions. Because this is the main goal of Lumen. Understanding the main goal of Lumen will basically help us understand a lot of other things. Okay, so hello everyone. Hypno Amber, hello to you. I'm excited yet dreading the cliffhanger they'll leave us on next week. I'm more dreading the amount of work I will have to bring in Friday, Saturday, because it's gonna be season finale. We're gonna have it's always difficult. Season finale is always difficult to cover, okay? Because first of all, me and my channel, I'm still not enjoying this. For the channels that have early access and they're releasing the videos, their reviews 5 minutes, 10 minutes after the episode is basically being released. Hour passes and then they're releasing their reviews. Think Story, for example, they will enjoy around 500,000, 700, 800,000 views, maybe even more. Because there is a huge demand for just a place to discuss something. Like all of the fans, they're gonna watch the episode as soon as it's gonna be released, and they're gonna jump on the very first channel. And it's not like I'm bashing Think Story. He's awesome. He's really, really cool. Obviously, one of the greatest channels out there. But a lot of the people will go there. They will go there because they want to talk about this with somebody anywhere. They're gonna be on Discord. They're gonna be on YouTube channels. So my channel is gonna be somewhere in the algorithm. It's just gonna be somewhere out there. Hopefully it's gonna reach some views, but it's not gonna be explosive. I had this with From already. I had this also with Silo, so I'm not expecting huge results with Severance 2. I hope 30,000 views, not 300,000 views, 30,000 views. This is gonna be good. But it's difficult not because of that. It's difficult because when you are covering the finale, you cannot just cover everything that happened in the episode and that's it. And maybe some ties to different places. You have to explain why this is a finale, why this is a logical ending for every storyline that was started in the beginning of season 2 and maybe in the beginning of season 1. This is first of all. The second of all, the timeline of the TV show of the finale will be 1 hour and 16 minutes. So think about how much time it took to cover episode 7, which was I think 50 minutes. And probably the finale will have way more information than that, and it's going to be even longer. So just covering everything, analyzing everything. A lot of times when I'm trying to make a new episode, make a new review, I'm not just going straight to the review itself. I have to rewatch a lot of on very quick speed, stopping in certain moments of the previous episodes of season 1 and season 2. So it takes a lot of time. So I'm kind of dreading this, but I'm also, after that, we have a little bit of a break until April with Last of Us, with Andor, with Black Mirror. I'm gonna try to cover everything there, and I'm not gonna rush everything. So if I'm not gonna be able to release it on Saturday, I'm gonna release it on Sunday. But I want to make a video that I'm gonna be proud of. Okay, not just something that I'm like, I need this because I need to make it fast and I need to catch the algorithm. I'm going to get some new views, some new viewership, some new audience, some new subscribers. No, I just want to make something that I'm going to be able to come back to in half a year or a year from now, and I'm going to see and I'm going to I'm proud of this video. I think I made a good job there. So this is my this is my goal for the Friday. And after that, there's a lot of videos I think I want to make about Severance. Something that I didn't do with From, and it was a mistake from my part, and this is already something as a YouTuber I should do. As soon as there's a finale, there's a lot of hype, a lot of demand for content. So I want to make a video about the history of everything, the chronological history. I want to make a video of all the unanswered questions that we are left with. I want to make a video of all the small details of season 2. I just want to make as many videos as possible, but once again, without I think on one of the live streams I said this once, I don't want to farm content. I heard this saying, I'm farming content, I don't want to farm content. If I have an idea and I think this is a good idea, I'll make a video, but I will never force myself to find an idea about something. So yeah, anyway. Hi from Hawaii. This is just probably me watching so many movies as a child, American movies, but Hawaii is definitely a place I want to visit. It's there's this movie with Jason Segel and what's his face? Russell something. One of the greatest comedies. I think it's in Hawaii. After I've seen this movie, when he was he has this musical, Dracula musical, and he's being cheated on with by his girlfriend, and then he goes to Hawaii to rest, and he meets Mila Kunis there. So one of the best movies ever, one of the best comedies ever. And after that movie, I was like, there is no way in hell that in my lifetime I'm not gonna go to Hawaii at least once. So the man in black saying, I welcome from Canada. Oh, Canadians here in the house. Also a place I would love to visit. There is this stigma I love this old stand up by Jim Carrey when he's like saying like every time people are I'm telling people that I'm from Canada, their first response is, "Hey, Canada, cold out there, yeah?" And he's like, "Yes, of course. We used to live in this white wasteland with minus 50 degrees. Me and my friend Nantucket, we were going to fish or something like this." Just he's obviously making it like 20 times funnier. Um, but I had like the same like predisposition towards Canada. I was like, yeah, Canada is a cold place. And then I've seen this travel guy and I've seen so many beautiful forests, so much of a beautiful nature. I was like, this country is obviously huge. And there's obviously a lot to see there. I love to travel. I love to travel. And unfortunately, I didn't travel for a while already. And hopefully, it's something I'm going to be able to change soon. Okay. What's going on? Okay, what kind of Pepsi is that? I think I answered that already. Hi, the man in black. Glad to see you, fam. Igor, dude, be careful. Yeah, but sometimes like I'm like when I'm eating, it's like I'm a dog that was taken from the street or a cat that was taken from the street. They always eat fast, like the food is gonna run out. I don't know if I'm enjoying food, I'm geeking about the food also, like about TV shows. I'm like, I need to stuff my face, and I probably need to learn already at the age of 37 to chew my food slowly. This is not something that I want to teach my kids to eat like me, because yeah, today was kind of scary. Yeah, it was a bit scary. Like sometimes you understand that your life can be ended by a freaking piece of cucumber, so you should be careful. Yes, so. I have a few familiar places and names today, which is cool. What up from the hospital? Oh, Grumbledore, I hope you're okay, man. I really hope you're okay. I hope it's not nothing serious. Hey, you all, Debbie here. Okay, Debbie, happy to see you. Listening while I work, have fun. Keyword scared as usual. Happy to see you here on live. We have so far 150 people. This is definitely not a record, but it's fun. I think just think about this. I mean, we're always trying to judge ourselves. Like I'm talking about myself, but there's also like a lot of people in the comments, and I've seen this like a live stream with 150 people. That's not much. I mean, 10,000 views on a video, that's not much. But then again, think about 150 people that share the same passion about something in one room. That's a pretty big party, if you ask me. So think about this, like we have 154 fans of Severance, crazies like I call us, the people that don't really, we don't stop ourselves from enjoying this show too much. There is no such thing as enjoying something too much. It's awesome TV show, and very soon it's gonna be over, and we're gonna be in a very long hiatus of probably once again a year or two, probably two, knowing BenStiller and the way he films everything. So let's enjoy it while we have this opportunity. So 157 people together, it's absolutely amazing. It's even crazy. So hey all, listening while I work. So Debbie, hi, like, subscribe, share. If you want, go for it. I'm starting to talk a lot, so the coughing that never stops comes back. 1 second. Hi, sorry everybody, my son was coughing. I just wanted to check if everything is okay. So yeah, everything's fine. But like No, the baby is not awake. He was just coughing. And as I told you, I like today he unfortunately had some sip of a water while he was bathing, so I'm more careful than usual. Okay, so what do we have? We have a donation from Christian. Christian, I'm starting to be worried, man. Like, you're always helping me out, and obviously I'm appreciating it, but save something for yourself. I don't know what you do for a living. Maybe you're like super rich, maybe you're like making millions. And of course, I'm like happy to receive donations every time. I was talking about this already many times. But look, the reason why I'm saying this, I was watching this live streamer. My girlfriend is watching this Ukrainian live streamer, and he's watching on Twitch movies. And he has like this auction that people are basically donating money. So the movie that they want him to see will have more chances to win today. And the movie that wins, he's basically watching this. And people are donating, and I'm seeing like he I think he made like 800 euros in this night. I don't really care for like whatever like he is doing. I'm watching this sometimes because this is like this kind of content that makes you rest. It's not something that you need to analyze. But then I was thinking like people, it felt a little bit like me in a casino. When you're like, I just need to get back this money, like I'm already invested $200. I'm going to put another 100. I can get back. So it kind of felt like people were, putting some money in one movie, and then they were seeing that the movie is losing. So they put more money and they put more money. And then somebody's like $200, $300 in. I'm like, this is not healthy. I mean, there's no way in hell that somebody's going to put like $200 for a movie that didn't win or even won eventually and be like, yeah, that's money well spent. So I know I'm like shooting myself in the foot right now and saying, don't donate. All I'm saying is just thank you for your donations, but please, please, please always just think a little bit before that's saying, is that something that I can allow myself to do? I just want to be, like, you know me, I'm crazy about this stuff. I just want everybody to have fun. I don't want anybody ever from my live streams or from my videos have even slightest of a bad feeling. Okay? So, coming back to the chat, I'm excited for the 75-minute finale. Yes, I am too, very much. Hope you're feeling better, Igor. Yes, this was probably a lot of stress. And I'm trying to take things, easier. Like I had this week, the previous week it was weird. Like I was waking up super tired. Like you can go sleep when you're like tired, and then you wake up, and even if you didn't have like enough sleep, you still feel a little bit refreshed. And I was not able to focus on anything. I was like, moving in the water. My head was not functioning at all. Luckily, my girlfriend is a freaking Terminator, so she was able to handle the baby like almost by herself this week. I was trying to help, but I was not really in my state of mind. So I talked to the doctor, and the doctor said there's two things. Either you're too tired, which is possibility, with me working nonstop and also helping with the baby, or the stress, which is also a possibility because I'm stressing myself. I'm like, every time I'm opening YouTube on Friday and I see already 2 or 3 reviews, I'm like, everybody is faster than I am. And if I'm not making a video as perfect as I want, I'm stressing myself. And also, of course, the financial situation, when like I was talking about this, like I left not a very, but kind of lucrative freelance job as a video editor to pursue this. And so far, I'm like, in 2 months, I think I lost about $1,000. I have some savings, so I have some, air to breathe. But it's also a little bit of a stress. But then again, I have a lot of privilege. I have like my parents alive and well and financially can support me and help me if I need this. So I have a very, comfy cushion to fall to if I need that. It's not that I want to rely on. Obviously, I'm 37 years old. I don't want to rely on my parents financially, 100%. but it's not like I'm, you know, dying right now on the streets and there's no food for me and my family. So I just need to ease up a bit about myself. So yeah, even if the month is not going to be profitable, if I'm going to lose a little bit of money, still I'm chasing my dream and I just want to do this. So yeah, as soon as I let go, I had a lot of coffee, and right now I'm functioning and I want to like cover some ground and I want to compensate on the week that I lost. But I'm also taking care of myself. Like if I'm feeling too tired and I know that the video, let's say video is gonna make me like, let's say $40 probably, as I assume, and the video editor is gonna cost me $40, and I'm not gonna make anything on this video, but still it's gonna allow me to rest and maybe spend more time with my son having fun, not just, you know, like trying to make him go to sleep or feeding him or something like this. Yeah, it's worth it. It's way worth it than, you know, like I needed this extra $40 that's gonna change my life forever. Obviously not. So yep, coming back to the chat, it kind of turns to, you know, like a very chat about me and not about the episode, and I want to talk about Severance too. So hi from Ohio, thank you. I don't have Apple TV, so I've never watched an episode of Severance. I fell in love with the series from watching recaps and theory videos, especially yours. Thank you. So Apple TV I think is very cheap, so you can afford this. Or not, I don't know, but I think it's like $5 a month. So if you think this is not the money that you want to put there, it's obviously your decision. But if you have a spare $5-10, whatever it is, one of the things that I will advise to you is go ahead and watch Severance. You're not going to be disappointed. It's way better than the recaps. Not even one YouTuber can come closely to the real deal. Recaps are awesome sometimes. They're helping, you know, to organize the information, but nothing's going to replace watching Christopher Walken and John Turturro and Adam Scott and Patricia Arquette doing their job there. And, you know, the cinematography of this TV show is astonishing. So, yeah. So if you are thinking about donating to Geekonomy $5 or buying Apple TV for $5 for a month, I think it's like $7-8, go ahead and spend on Apple TV and binge the first 2 seasons. You're not going to be disappointed. That's a promise. Hail chat, hail Igor, praise Kier everybody. Hopefully you didn't take any feculence for yourself today. You told everybody who was treating you badly to go and, you know, vessel share themselves. And I think my vocabulary, my curses vocabulary right now, if I want to like create a video on YouTube with no curses at all, I can just go ahead and talk about vessel sharing and about feculence, not faculence, feculence. And yeah, YouTube algorithm's probably not going to pick up how much I was cursing in this video, which is thank you, Severance. Thank you again. Hail Igor's hair. Oh, and I hope you get better soon. Yes, I really hope also that Grumbledore, which is one of the greatest nicknames in the history of YouTube, will feel better. And we've talked in Patreons many times, and just sounds like a very awesome, cool guy. Oh, I have another donation I haven't even noticed. Mel Isabella. What if cold carbon designed to elicit feelings of suicide in Gemma, and they need to capture the moment her soul leaves the body? That's an interesting theory. I like the first part of this theory more. If she's gonna be suicidal there. Look, there is something in the intro that we haven't seen in. Like, let's start with the screen a little bit. Let's go through the intro together and try to understand what we have seen already. Let me just make myself a little bit smaller here. And on the screen right now there is the chat that I'm reading and some ads that are jumping here. What the probably, yeah. This is why it was going crazy. So let's say, let's go here. I have an intro here. Let's open it up. So what do we have? Mark waking up, the elevator, red, red and green. I don't think we still have some kind of a... Oh, Christian gifted 5 Geekademy memberships. Thank you so much, Christian. Thank you so much. Christian, eventually I'm gonna be able to put my kid through college with your donations. I'm kidding, of course, but thank you. It's very... I was talking about this, the financial support is like the loudest applause. And I really appreciate it. Obviously there is the financial fun of it, but once again, when somebody just chooses to support you in that way, it's the highest compliment a YouTuber can get. So yeah, thank you. It fills you with a lot of motivation and with a lot of confidence that you're doing something right. So let's get back to the intro. So I think we didn't get an answer like about the balloons. Maybe once again, we're not gonna get an answer like a direct answer. The balloons are being used as something, and maybe it's probably some kind of a just a visualization of empty balloons, empty vessels, empty ideas, whatever it is. This moment of Mark being connected both to Gemma and to Gemma and to Helly. Also, I don't think we're gonna have like a direct answer. The reflection that we're seeing in the water here is because of 1, 2, 3. Also this moment, but here we still didn't get an answer what's with the 23 babies here. So let's count them up. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 on the bed, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now something is missing. It's 21. It's supposed to be 23. I'm 100% sure of it. So okay, well, let's say once again, let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7. Okay, and on the bed there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 plus 8, 23. Okay, so I was correct. So we have 23 babies plus here, that's 24. Mark so far refined 24 files, and Cold Harbor is supposed to be the 25th file. I don't know if it's connected. This is something that one of my patrons noticed, Melissa. I don't know if it's really connected, because if we had like 25 babies here, or at least 24, it would be like one of those moments, we have 24 babies, Kier is 25th, Kier is somehow connected to Cold Harbor, this is it, we have something. But since it's 23 plus 1, it's not exactly matches, so maybe it's just some kind of a coincidence. But we need to get some kind of an answer about the babies. And what is interesting, Burt's, Irving's, I always confuse between those two. Irving's mug, we have seen this with the instruments. Mark is jumping. The goats, obviously we had an episode dedicated to goats. And this moment, we haven't seen anything like this yet. A car drowning in a cold, icy lake. Maybe this is something that's going to happen in Cold Harbor. I mean, we've talked about this in episode 9. Like, there's this moment, let's say, where's this image? The Cold Harbor. The freaking rooms, look at them. I mean, look at this room. This is barely a meter by half a meter. My toilet is bigger than that. Sorry for too much information, but it's like there is no way in hell you fit in here a dentist room. There's no way in hell you fit in here the simulation of a plane, or the room with, like in episode 7 we had this room. Why did I close this? No, I don't want to close this. Let's leave this image again. Sorry. And let's open this image here from episode 7. The rooms, where are the rooms? I'm just gonna open the episode. think it's somewhere here. Yes. I kind of know the episode by heart already. I think I watched this like 50 times. So let's look at this room. I want a wide shot. Yes. So look at this room. Even if this is some sort of a hologram, you know, the window with the snowy landscape there, even if it's a hologram and this is a real room, can you see this room fitting in this one, in this space? It's just, unless they know how to zip file the rooms. So yeah, it has to be some kind of a simulation. I don't see any explanation either than that, or maybe once again it's just, you know, whatever. But I don't think the creators are actually doing the whatever approach here. I think there's gonna be an explanation that this is some kind of a simulation, because those rooms are pretty freaking small, and there's no way in hell you can fit something in there. So we have like this moment. Where is the... No, not that. Where's the freaking intro again? Yeah, this is here. We have the moment, this moment. The moment with the car. It looks like a scene. It looks like something that's supposed to happen, and it's probably supposed to happen in episode 10. This is what I think is going to happen, and this is probably something that's going to happen with Gemma. I think she's going to relive everything that happened to her before she arrived to Lumen. She's going to relive this experience of, you know, dying. Maybe you remember in episode 7, like, I still have this here, and no, or not. In episode 7, like, there was this moment. Yeah, this moment. Here, like, look at this moment. We are seeing Dr. Evil here. He's deciding to go ahead and check Gemma. We're seeing her vitals. And then the camera shows us one of the watchers, the Mark Watcher. And he is checking her out. And we are seeing her brain. This is her chip. And we're seeing some empty lines. And some lines have the same... similar code that we have on the screens of MDR with the OX something. This is like a data of some sort, and they're actually getting some data from some places apparently in her brain. So she's saying my mouth hurts, and then like as soon as she talks about pain, we get more of those lines, and they're getting information from those conversations. They're getting some new data about this. So you see, this is the Watcher. This is not Dr. Evil. So maybe if she's gonna relive her death again and she's gonna die again in this place, it will give them an opportunity to gather all of her feelings and all of the data from her brain in order to understand how to fix this fear of death in people and create this new, crazy, new, amazing person that never fears death. This sounds a little bit like something that can happen, or at least close to something that can happen in my mind, okay? This is just me. So let's get back to the chat. Not to the Chad, but to the chat. Okay, maybe I'm just gonna open my my phone and read the comments from here. Okay. No, it doesn't show me the whole chat, so I'm gonna go back to the live stream, and I'm just gonna cover myself here because it's otherwise it's gonna be, you know, an image inside an image inside an image inside an image until the end of days. So yeah, let me get back just me on the screen, and if we're gonna come back to the sharing screen, I'm just gonna do this again. So where was I? Okay, it's Dylan's babe. The freaking chat is not showing me all the messages. Sorry, so I'm looking at the message here from Candy Vane. Like while you wait. Okay, Christian is writing. He's worked with real enigmas before. Is it about me? Yeah, we like. I think the first live stream it was about from. Real is my favorite YouTuber. Like is my favorite guy from YouTuber. It's like I have preferences about the quality of the videos, and it's not like Real's videos are not quality. They're really, really high in quality. But it's not why he's my favorite YouTuber. It's just because he's an awesome guy. He's a really cool guy. It's fun to talk to him. I think I'm 100% sure if our history in life would be different and we would be neighbors of some sort, we definitely would be friends. And this is why I enjoy so much spending time with him, whether it's live streams or we're just chatting a little bit on WhatsApp. Just really genuine, cool guy. You have this feeling sometimes from people that they're really open and they inviting you into their world. And I think like Real has this. And this is why it's so cool. And I think I told him like, if there is somebody that I want to like every time I'm talking about other YouTubers and I want to advertise somebody and I want to grow up as a YouTuber with somebody else, it would definitely be Real my first choice without competition here. Even though like I was on Jeremy Ice and Fire live stream a week ago, and it was also a lot of fun. Like also really cool dude, and PM Philosophy was there too. Also, she's also awesome. It just this whole community is pretty freaking amazing. Okay, so going back to the chat. So it's one of the babies of the intro. Yes, we feel like a family. Yes, definitely feel like a family. So praise Kier, another Kier baby. Igor Egan. Hopefully not. Kier, brilliant one. I love to support the creators. I enjoy. Thank you, Anne. I love receiving this support from you, Christian. It's really simultaneously motivating and boosting my ego, and once again simultaneously humbling, because I always say like without you I'm a crazy person that talks to a camera. Okay, like if there is no audience to listen to what I'm saying, I should go and be sent to an asylum. So thank you all that you exist and you are here to listen to me talk about some shit some faculence, that I find really interesting. Patreon, if you can, guys. Obviously, it's not only if you can, if you want. If it's something that comes from the heart, go ahead and do this. If not, it's not like, once again, it's not something that I need. But when it comes from the heart, when it's people like they feel like they want to support the creators like that, it's always awesome. Devon is the mole. I don't understand how people come to this conclusion. Like, if somebody who is not a mole, it's Devon. If Devon is gonna end up as being a mole, I'm gonna be as surprised as you can possibly imagine. Like, she was smiling, yeah, but she was smiling for the benefit of the guard when they were entering the Demon Clinic, because she wanted to show her that she's confident and she's one of the Lumen guys. That's the only reason why she was smiling there. She wants to save her brother. That's it. Okay. Molly. I think that's from Austin Powers. Okay, John laughing my ass off. Sure was something different the last one. Some of her looks seemed off. Oh, there's Devon. I don't know, guys. I'm not subscribing to this theory. I think Devon is definitely not a mole. Like 100 million% is not a mole. Okay, it's usually reasonable, human, and ethical as fuck. I was not always ethical, but you experience something in life. Like I was talking about Miss Huang there, maybe having change of heart in her attitude towards Inis, and I've noticed this many times with myself and with people around me. There was a lot. I don't know if you believe in that sort of thing and you believe whatever you want to believe. I will never tell you what to believe in. But I notice many times when somebody's starting to be a little bit too much about themselves, a little bit too much thinking that they're, above everything, usually the universe or the God or whatever you want to call it will find a way to put you down a little bit. Like to remind you that you're just human. And we are pretty awesome creatures, but we also very vulnerable and very easy to be turned into just, into a memory. So usually when you experience a lot of feculence towards yourself, it kind of makes you realize you being disrespectful or bad or even evil towards other people. And it kind of, once again, it's a judging moment for yourself to understand if this is something that will make you change or we will be like accepting this. So I try to be ethical. I try as much as possible. And it's not like I have some kind of a moral code. Just, treat people like you want to be treated. That's all. I think it's one of the best rules to live by in life. Sure, something different. Okay, no, that's not healthy at all. Lol. Okay, interesting. Yes, it sounds strange. Gemma said she would be more scared of drowning than suffocating. They definitely gonna kill her by drowning her. Of course, they asked this question for a reason, and we're gonna see her drowning in the car, in the icy lake. I'm not 100% sure about it, but it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It kind of makes sense. I know my donations are not asked for, and that's why I do it. Yeah, I think there is something about this. Like, once again, this live streamer that me and my girlfriend are watching, there was one live stream that he was like, dude, just to remind you, just a week ago, dude got like 800 euros for watching a freaking movie on Twitch, which is insane. But like, good for him. I'm not trying to bash him or something like this. He's like has like 2.5 million subscribers on YouTube, so he worked a lot to get to this point. But then again, like a week after, he gets a donation, and then he sees like 30% of the donation is basically a fee that it's taken by a company. And he's like starting to ask his chat, like, somebody can donate like, I think like $2, $3. Can somebody throw $3? I just want to cover the fee. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're making tens of thousands of dollars every month, and you're begging your chat to send you $2. I mean, there's no way in hell I would ever do something like this. It's not how I was raised. I mean, if my parents would see me begging for somebody's $2, $3, I don't care, $200, $20,000. I'm never gonna beg for money. I think this is just something that you do if you don't respect yourself. This is borderline being, you know what. So anyway, Gemma said she would be more scared. That I read already. I know my nation. You are a very upstanding human and very awesome, intelligent, and beautiful. Thank you so much. I love receiving compliments, even though I don't believe them to be true. But, I do my best. That's all we can do. And I'm pretty sure there are some people in life that if you're going to ask them about Igor, they're going to say, he's a pretty shitty human being. So, you cannot just go through life without upsetting somebody. I'm number of greatest Severance fans of all time. I held strong on Devon mold theory through all of the evidence against. I just knew it. What can I say, boys? You still don't get any confirmation that she's the mole. So, and probably you're not gonna get this confirmation that she's the mole. Igor is the nicest guy on YouTube. I don't think so. There's definitely way nicer people than I am. If I'm angry, if somebody makes me angry, I'm not gonna be nice about it. Okay, so. It just happens that in this live streams, in this chat, in this community, whether it's Silo, whether it's Severance, it's like all awesome people. And I don't know how it happens, and hopefully it's never gonna change because I'm enjoying the hell of it. It's crazy everyone has fallen for Devon's beat so hard that the big reveal literally happened and you guys still don't even realize it. There was no big reveal. I don't know what you're talking about. There is absolutely no big reveal. Okay, anyway, please enjoy all of our Severance fans equally. I try always. Igor, I literally had the same thing for 3 weeks. It lingers, but you will feel 100%. So yeah, I'm getting better already. I'm like already feeling better. I usually don't drink coffee, but right now I'm getting some coffee. And like if you don't drink coffee at all, when you have one, it's like, I'm energized right now. Let's go. Let's make some Severance content. Also, nothing beats the feeling when you're feeling like feculence for a week and then you feeling normal. And this normal that you usually take for granted, after this week, it feels absolutely awesome. You feel like, I mean, at a certain age, and I don't want to sound like I'm super old, but after a certain age, you start to get this thought sometimes like, what if this not gonna pass? What if this is something that I'm supposed to live with? I have this thing that like until like age 32 or 33, no matter what I got in life, no matter what is this disease, no matter what the sickness, I always knew it's gonna pass. And then something happened and the doctor was like, yeah, you're gonna have to take pills for the rest of your life. And you're like, but I'm only 32 years old. Whatever, dude, bad luck. There's nothing, our medicine cannot really cure it. So we can help you with that. There are pills for that, but you're gonna have to live with it. So every time when something bad happens, there is this horrible thought in the back of your head, like, is this something that's gonna stay with me right now? This something that I'm gonna learn to live with? And when it passes, it's like, hell yeah, I'm energized. Hell yeah, yes, of course. Feeling healthy is the best feculence ever. Okay, I mean, I rather wait for your content as you're the one of the few ones who actually give insightful analysis. I think there are way more than me. They're like real. There is J-Buck Studios making amazing analysis. Think Story, also great analysis most of the times. I think I've seen his last video and there were a couple of mistakes there that he usually doesn't make. But like even my previous review, I'm rewatching it while I'm editing it and I'm like, oh my God, there are so many things that I didn't talk about. Like Gemma is trying to remember this piece of paper, like why? Why are you doing this? You can just take the paper with you and go left, right, right, left, right, and arrive to the hole. Why do you need to remember this? What is the point of this? I don't know. Anyway, Mel Isabella, another donation. Thank you so much. I guess your tempers are balanced. Oh, hell no. I'm a very emotional guy. I can get angry if I'm not beating a game. I guess I'm way better right now, but I think I broke like 4 or 5 PlayStation controllers in my life, which is very stupid because this shit is very expensive. So yeah, had some anger issues. But luckily I was never angry towards people in my life. Like I can be angry, obviously, sometimes you fight, but I never would be physical towards somebody. So yeah, like once again, there's this interview once again with the comedian Russell Brand. Yeah, I remember his name. And it's like anybody can pull off being nice for like 10 and 50 minutes of interview once a week. So, like if you're going to put live stream on me for 24 hours, you're going to see that I'm not different than anybody else. I have my moments. I can be disrespectful. I can be angry. I can be, neutral. I can be ignoring. All of the shitty qualities that there are in basically probably every human being, they're also in me too. Anyway, moving forward. Okay. There are so many scenes where Devon proves her loyalty and it was so hard to preserve. Like the chat is freaking lagging. Stop with the lagging. Okay. No, once again, many messages kind of, already they're like expired in the chat and I cannot go back to them. So no way she's a mole, she's a goat. Okay, I agree with this sentiment, Scotty Mole. Wouldn't you have taken Mark to the cabin without Cobell? Yeah, but why? Think about this. There is absolutely no signs that Devon is the mole. I don't know how this theory came up to be. It reminds me, it's as far-fetched as one of my favorite TV shows is Supernatural. And one time I tried to get into the community of Supernatural and it was a big mistake. Not bashing the community because I probably just, found the bad website or something like this. But the whole community there was like the actors that portray Dean and Sam, they're basically gay. and their wives are fake, and they're hiding their relationship that way. And it's not like it was not even in a fun way. They were like discussing it and, you know, like shipping them together. They were like fighting for their life. Like, you don't understand. You're a horrible, blah, blah, blah. F word, F word, F word. And I was like, how? How did you come to this conclusion? There is no science for that. They're just two dudes that are friends and they're playing, you know, two brothers. That's it. So how did you, from watching Severance, how did you come to the realization that Devon is a mole? As somebody who watches this show very carefully, I mean, I don't know. Of course, if this something is gonna happen to be true, hats off, and I'm gonna chew my hat for, you know, for not realizing that, and, you know, all the respect to you. But so far, it sounds to me as real as, you know, like she's an alien, and she's there to study humans. How would she get in? As somebody who's a mole, she would know the password, obviously. Devon is already behind Ricken's back on the corporate espionage and was pissed he wrote pretty much the opposite message in the Severance version of the UUR. She's very against Lumen. She's definitely not from Lumen. Hi from Romania. Hi once again. Thank you so much for writing. Where are you from? It really makes my day to see so many countries. Another country I have never been to, and another country I really want to visit. Jen Tisha, the entire Ricken Devon dynamic is weird. Devon seems to be his minder and also minder for Mark. I think this is a Twilight Zone theory, but then again, everything can happen. I think she would play the whole thing different if she were the mole. Obviously, 100%. Devon not a mole. She doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. Maybe love crosses the barrier, but I don't know. I feel there wasn't enough development there to earn that scene, unless they were being deceitful. What scene is that about? You know, like, once again, I'm trying to catch the pace of the chat, but sometimes most of the times I'm reading messages that probably irrelevant for something that we talked about like 20 minutes ago. So if this is something you want me to answer, like, the best thing you want to do is just write, Igor, what do you think about this? And then I will know exactly to answer that. And sometimes you're just talking to each other in the chat, and I'm just, you know, like, bothering you here. I'm the party pooper. So anyway, I'm just gonna move on to the next one. Okay, treat other how they want to be treated. Not everyone's or cares about the same things. Don't center yourself when interacting with others. I don't know, maybe. I live by a different rule. I'm not gonna, if somebody's gonna ask me not to treat them like I'm treating them, I'm gonna respect this probably, unless this is some person that I disrespect. And then I'm not gonna do that, okay? No, I'm not respecting everybody. Some people really don't deserve respect, but this is already a completely different topic right now. So I just confused with Devon. I just can't figure out what Devon sees in Ricken. I think I can see. I can see that first of all, he's a very. Have you read the UUR? He's a very passionate person. First of all, he's a very harmless person, which can be a very interesting feature for a lot of women. And I wouldn't call him talented, but there is something about it. There is some charm about him. Like, every time, I remember when I was younger, every time there was some weird dude with us, he was always doing best with girls when we were single and we were going to clubs and trying, you know, like, meet some girls. Like, every time there was somebody who we kind of thought it's a bit weird, he was always doing very well. I don't know, there is something probably, you know, that makes you more special. Anyway, so moving on, she really certainly doesn't mind her child. Like, yeah, what is going on with the baby? Where is the baby? Who is taking care of the baby right now? Don't shake the baby. Anyway, so John, what about her whole relationship with Mark? Even when she's in private with her husband, she's openly hostile towards Lumen. Season 1. Dylan is talking to the politician lady and then very surprised that she doesn't recognize her. If she's a mole, This is not gonna be surprise for her. She's supposed to know this. She's supposed to know about the cabin. She's supposed to know that the politicians or whatever can go to this cabin and switch to the Rainis. She's not a mole. I mean, let's move on from that idea. Devon has blue eyes, right? I have no idea. Did they activate some sort of individual block? I don't know. I'm back, kids. What did I miss? What's for dinner? We are talking here about Devon being a mole. And she's not a mole. I'm completely against this theory, but we have some supporters in the chat. So right now we are arguing about this. But I don't think she's a mole for Lumen. Maybe since she wants to leave the city to get away from the droner bombing, is because she could work for droner, needed to get closer to Lumen. Maybe, but then again, the whole Dormer situation was only mentioned in Lexington. So if they're gonna like think about 99% of the audience of this TV show didn't read the Lexington letter. They have no idea about the Dormer truck. So if the big reveal with Devon is gonna be like, I'm working for Dormer, 99% of the audience is gonna be like, who the fuck is Dormer? So it's not working in my logic. I can still think about Gretchen saying Asher has their kids. Who the F is Asher, and is Asher also caring for Devon and Ricken's baby? Because Ricken sure ain't. Yeah, well, giving somebody a name, maybe they're planning something for this somebody. So if we have some kind of an Asher, maybe we're gonna see this Asher. I say this in the video, well, like until from the age of 10 to 16, I was doing some karate, and my trainer was Asher, and he was an immigrant from Iraq, I think. Yeah, so this is like a Iraqi Jewish name probably, or maybe just Iraqi name, I don't know. But maybe it's, different cultures, sounds like a cool name. So Asher in what's his face, in the Gladiator, the TV show, not the movie, Spartacus, yeah, they had also an Asher there, and I think he was also Middle Eastern. So maybe this is some kind of a nanny there, but once again, if they didn't plan anything for this character, they could just write a line, the babies are with the nanny, the kids are with the nanny, and that's it. But maybe they have some plans for the Asher. So if we're gonna see an Asher, we should probably be in focus about this person. The car in the icy lake has to be MacGuffin, right? A spoiler in the credits just seems unlikely. I don't know. I think we're gonna see a Gemma drowning in the car in the episode 10. I think this is something we're gonna see. I'm my dad's IT guy. Well, aren't we all our dad's IT guys and girls? I think this is like something that you're basically being assigned as soon as you're born. And probably my son is gonna be my IT guy. Like in a couple of years, they're gonna discover some new technology, and I'm gonna be like, how the hell is this even working? And I'm gonna need somebody way younger than me to, turn on my computer. Yeah. I suppose Eni would not resign since he liked Gretchen and would want to continue meeting. Dylan is not gonna resign. He's gonna come back. He's gonna find a reason to leave and to fight. This character cannot have his storyline to be over like that. Let's put it lightly, it's unlikely that it's gonna be over like that for Dylan. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see him in episode 10. Okay. Yeah, we are back. Whether or not Devon is the mole, let's move on from this topic already. Do we think every month from the mouth wall in season 1 was someone who wants in Gemma's position on the testing floor? I mean, look, we've talked about this once again. We've talked about there being 4 rooms. Like, if you remember this one, like, once again, I'm gonna have to open this. Oh, this is annoying. Next time I'm gonna have to set it up a little bit better. So I'm gonna have more So I'm going to be able to switch off from one view to the other faster. But right now, let's once again open episode 27. No, not that moment. Let's make just the screen a bit lighter. So Gemma is exiting her room. This is a room without a name. This is not an MDR file room. This is where she lives. This is where she's examined. This is where the living room. This is where the bedroom. Okay, so the camera moves and we can see another door without a sign, another door without a sign, and another door without a sign. 4 doors. 4 doors. 4 MDR people working on top floor and 4 watchers. I don't think it's a coincidence. Okay, so but we're seeing only Gemma, so probably there were another 3 people there, or they're still there and they're just not shown to us. It makes perfect sense, you know, that Mark is working on Gemma and Dylan working on somebody else and HellyR working on somebody else and Irving working on somebody else. But maybe the reason why Mark is so important is because of his connection with Gemma that basically transcends Severance. This is why they're managing so well to create those files, and this is why Lumen is focusing only on Gemma and Mark, and this is why Selvig was focusing on both of them, because their connection somehow helps Lumen to achieve their goal. This is my theory. I don't know exactly what else it brings us, but yeah. Anyway, coming back to a view, normal view, or let's leave it like this. Meanwhile, maybe we're gonna have more. Something else to talk about. Okay. Which header is currently on the server floor? It's HellyR. It's definitely HellyR. I don't understand how they both knew details. Oh, fuck. The chat is moving so fast. I worry about Devon. Something seems off about her lately. I still don't think she's a mole. Maybe Devon is severed. And there is, you know, the ini mole Devon, and there's the outie normal Devon. I'm already like, you know, I'm being convinced by something that I find not convincing. Anyway. Oh, this is like, no, okay, so we have the eyes. Bro is really buying his theory. No, I'm not buying that Devon is a mole. If you're talking about me, I'm definitely not buying that Devon is a mole. If Irvin and Radar are not seen again, I will hate this series forever. No way we're not gonna see Irvin again. No freaking way. They have to answer who he was talking to on the payphone, who was behind the whole investigation. And you cannot like remove Christopher Walken and, you know, freaking John Turturro from this TV show. They're basically the biggest stars there. So yeah, no way this is the last time we're seeing Irving. Absolutely, 100%. Maybe we're seeing him the last time in this season. Maybe, that's a possibility. But there's no freaking way we're not gonna see him in season 3. No way. Audi Dylan has the final word, and Audi Dylan is gonna come back. Okay, people are asking me when my video on in Russian is gonna be released. It's gonna be released tomorrow. What started it, Corina? I have no idea what started it. Probably John started this idea that Devon is a mole. Feculence might unironically become a common word. I mean, at some point, I'm gonna have to stop using it if I'm gonna, you know, like make a video on The Last of Us, and I'm gonna be like, you know, this TV show is vessel sharing great, and if you disagree with me, you can go ahead and consume some feculence. Most of the audience will be like, what is this guy on? Like, how much ether did Igor sniff today? Like, so yeah. Pink Story, JBug, Brain Pilot, Pete Peppers, Nautilus File. Yeah, there's a lot of great YouTubers there. So yeah, I try not to look at those guys as competition. I try to look at them as colleagues. Hopefully they have the same approach. I love the new merch. It will be good with the brain on it too. I might have to pick up a hoodie. Oh, thank you so much. I have more designs for that. Like, maybe, by the way, like, if you brought it up, maybe I can share with you a little bit about. Tell me if you like something. Where is it? Like, I have some designs here. Like that kind of a design. That kind of a design. Anyway, I'm not gonna spend all the live stream on that right now. We have the brain with the light bulbs, the ideas. We have that kind of a brain with light bulbs. So I'm gonna post more. I'm not really focusing on that right now. I like this one because it's very similar to my logo, which is kind of cool. But I'm not really a fan of the purple color, so I'm gonna make more more colors, more options with colors. So once again, this one, Need for Cognition. There is this one with the brain. I have this already. Like, I wanted to make a t-shirt with the I have a fever and the only prescription is more cobble. But then it's not my joke. Like, I've seen this online and I feel bad making money on somebody else's idea. So hopefully the guy or the girl who came up with this are the ones who's gonna make some merch and gonna make some money on it. But the whole Need for Cognition, I don't like this design, but if you like it, maybe, like, whatever, tell me about this. So we have some good ideas here, so less than good ideas. I'm not very big fan of the eaten brain. It's not like we are talking about zombies here. But then again, like, if somebody likes a design, then just go ahead. Like, this is for you. This is not for me. I myself like this one. I like the one with the hat. So we have those kind of designs. Anyway, like, I think it's I want to, first of all, I want to, like, get my hoodie. I ordered a hoodie for myself. I want to be 100% sure that it's comfortable, that it's high quality, and then I'm gonna advertise it with, like, more passion, because right now I'm like 99% sure that it's like a store like that works with YouTube, that has, you know, every needed connection with YouTube and everything else. Probably not gonna sell shit. But still, like, with this one tiny chance that maybe it's not an exact great quality, I want to get mine first. And if it's gonna be less than satisfying, I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna remove the store and I'm gonna look for something else. So yeah, let's go back to the chat. Thank you for bringing this, you know, like a layup for me to talk a little bit about the merch. So yeah, once again, it's kind of cool that I have my own merch right now. Makes me feel like I'm way more important than I am. I'm just kidding, of course. Yeah. Anyway, I love the merch. Is the uses too many big words a form of racism? Do you think Evil Hoarder will get revenge on Milkshake? I don't know. But then again, like, I cannot call myself a big expert on racism. I experienced some racism. I think we've experienced, my brother, I know, experienced some racism when we lived in Ukraine. He was picked on because he was Jewish. Like, we didn't, like, hide this, that we were Jewish. Not too much, not like something like crazy violent that you need to make a movie of that, but it's still not something very nice. 319A, what is that? What is this currency? A 319. It has a dollar there. That's not American dollar, right? I'm trying to. I hope this is some kind of a Japanese yen or something like this, and it's like $5. It's about 200 US dollars. This is insane. Oh, this is 320 Australian dollars. Wow. Okay. Mel, I don't think thank you will cover this. I'm a bit speechless here. Look, first of all, if this was some sort of a mistake and you just put some, I don't know, some number by mistake here, maybe you were like planning to like not to add another zero there or something like this, let me know. Okay, you have my Telegram, write to me, I'll find a way to refund you the money. Okay, if this is really the amount that you wanted to donate, wow, thank you so much. And I was saving this for the Friday. I'm launching this. Okay, this is the doll. Okay, I'm writing a story, a small book about about you see, I'm a little bit lost on words here. I'm writing a story about like this guy. As you can see, there are two people in one. One of them more like, you know, like a generic kind of a guy that you will meet on every campus or on every Starbucks. He's wearing a hoodie, he's wearing some sneakers, just some guy. And the other is more like a magician type of guy. He's wearing a cape, he's holding an interesting artifact in his arm, and they're together creating a person. So I'm writing a story about someone whose soul was split by reasons I'm not going to explain right now. You're going to have to read the book to understand this. And his soul was split between two different parallel universes. One is our world, and there he's studying criminalistics. I don't think this is a criminal science. In the other, this is a very similar guy, but also quite the opposite. This one is more of a shy kind of a guy, more of a Peter Parker kind of style, very smart, very intuitive, know exactly how to analyze things. And I'm not writing myself here, but you know, like I think I know a bit about analyzing things. So why am I explaining this to you? Because this is not just a doll that it's, you know, because we're talking about Severance, this is what we did. This is going to be a hopefully very good story that I'm going to be able to advertise, maybe even sell. So I just want to send you the first one that we're gonna send to, not to my Russian audience. So please let me know where can I send this, and also as soon as the story and the book hopefully will be ready, I want to send it to you first, because this is absolutely insane. But then again, once again, if it's a mistake, if by some weird coincidence you wanted to put a different amount of money, let me know, you know, via PayPal or something like this. I will refund you the money. Okay, I don't want it to be a mistake or some sort. So thank you. Even if it's a mistake, you obviously made my day. This is a crazy amount of money. Thank you so much. This is absolutely insane. My light died, so I'm just gonna be, you know, like a very purple kind of guy. I'm gonna be, you know, like a skinny Thanos with a beard. Yeah. So always popping up at the perfect time. Devon is a little bit shady, though. Like, why the hell did she marry Ricken and putting your trust in a woman that lied to you? Yeah, but then again, what choice does she has? Like, she's the only person that she can actually go for help is Miss Selvig. She's not gonna be able to go to Lumen. What else she can do? I also think it's kind of a bit stupid. Like, you can go and find maybe, I don't know, maybe a journalist, maybe police. But then again, we remember from Lexington letter, like, Lumen is holding everybody by their balls. So yeah, maybe the explanation here is just because the story needs it. The story needs it to happen. Also wanted to see if Hampton pushes Kobelvik's car into water, faking her death. I don't think we're gonna see Hampton. I'm like 100% confident we're not gonna see Hampton again. Maybe we will, but maybe just for a couple of seconds. I can actually sort of see Ricken being a mole, though, even though I think he most likely isn't. I don't think he's a mole, but maybe there is something like Severance related to him. Maybe his story, his life story is way more fake than he thinks it is. Igor, you really think that the creator of the chip would be fine with someone who hacked it? Cobell will get back at Mark. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't think that Cobell is 100%, on our side. Like, she's an ally. It doesn't happen that fast. She's obviously still has her own agenda. Okay. Hi from no freaking chat. Don't move so fast. I'm getting angry because I was reading hi from North Carolina. I was exciting somebody from North Carolina, but I wasn't able to read the messages because, as you see, the chat is like moving fast and annoying. So Cold Harbor is the figure. No one says the name Helena is beautiful as you. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. You don't know how much time it took me to start making YouTube videos in English because I was so conscious about my accent. I was pretty sure everybody's going to make fun of me and it's just going to be just a waste of time. But then I get so many comments about people enjoying my accent, which is once again very, very motivating and humbling at the same time. So, okay, he's a talented climber. Yeah, this is a feature. And finally, the episode is literally called Cold Harbor. And the thumbnail shows Mark at the computer. Cold Harbor will be completed thanks to Devon. Okay. I would like to know how you feel about Burt and T in Earth Audis having feelings for each other. Feels unearned? I don't know. Have you ever had a dream at night? Not dream when you dream. Like, you dream and you're sleeping. And while you're sleeping, you're having a dream where you fall in love with somebody. Maybe somebody you know in real life, maybe just some person. And then when you wake up, this feeling stays with you for an hour, for two, sometimes maybe even for longer. Like, I had this twice or thrice in my life. And I think this is similar to that. Like, you woke up from the dream and like you have an information that they basically, find each other attractive. So this is not something that probably changes whether you're an Ini or not. We have the same with Gretchen and Dylan, and we have the same with Burt and Irving. At least physically, they find each other attractive. And then they're being told that their love story was so strong and big that Burt was fired for that. So I don't think it didn't feel 100% unearned, maybe a little bit, but I could stretch my suspension of disbelief enough to buy that, if this explanation satisfies. Okay, so yeah, Ricken has Ara. This is what I'm telling you. Karma is a bitch. Devon is the only sane person in the show. Lol, yeah, kinda. I think I'm late and you may have already talked about this, but why is Burt working for Lumen both as an Ini and as an Audi? He was probably working for Lumen before Severance was invented. He was driving people places. He was painting houses. If you watched Irishman, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And then, battery exhausted. Sorry, let me change the battery. And then he was like, yeah, I want to feel innocent, and Severance was invented, and he was probably offered that, so he went for it. So let me just give me a second. I want to switch the battery. back again. So yeah, so this is why he was probably, as you know, a very loyal employee, a goon, as Irving called him. He was offered to be one of the first test subject. This is, by the way, this is me spitballing. This is not something that's confirmed. This is how I interpret the situation. So I'm not saying this is like 100% confirmed information. And he was offered this opportunity, so he took it to feel innocent again, because he wanted to, like, just like he said. So I hope he doesn't die. I like Hampton. I worry about Hampton. Yes, I also worry about Hampton. But then again, I'm not going to be surprised if we're not going to see him again, like ever again, at the TV show. Because so far, as a character, he served his purpose. That's it. Who could possibly die in the finale? Drummond, James, Cabell, Regabi. I don't know why anybody has to die. Once again, it's not Game of Thrones. I don't think that, like, somebody... I'm not saying that nobody will die, but if nobody will die, I'm not gonna be, like, surprised or disappointed. It's not like I'm expecting somebody to die. So, are we all in agreement that Burt is the one that took Gemma? Oh, this is interesting. I didn't even think about this. This is very interesting thought. This is a very interesting connection that can be here. I like this idea. It just opens up a whole new scene, a whole new flashback that we can see. This is interesting. And this also gives Burt more agency in the TV show. So cool. I love this idea. I love this theory. Cobell was upstairs. He didn't see her yet. I had this theory lore. I don't know which one are you talking about. That's what I was thinking about Hampton for the same reason. Hampton may be in the Volkswagen in the water in the intro. I don't think so. He's not that important. Selvig was the mold. Thanks. If you watch the GIF promo of his book, as the GIF zooms in, these eyes get bluer and bluer. Not sure why. Not sure either. They wouldn't use something from the letters on the show. Even without hearing any Devon mold theory, I as well came to that thought. I don't know, guys. Like, once again, if you're correct and Devon is the mole, I'm just gonna be like, what is going on? I'm obviously gonna say I was wrong and you were right, and, you know, hats off to you. But the chances that this is gonna happen, I think, are very, very much close to zero. Those of us paying attention know who Dormer is. Of course, we know who Dormer is, but then again, the creators need to think about everybody. Okay, like, so it's like, you know, when you watch a TV show which is an adaptation of a book, or a movie which is an adaptation of a book, and something's not working there, and you ask a question, and people are like, you should read the book, you will understand it. And I'm like, no. This is not how it works. Adapting a story means that you're creating a self-sufficient movie, TV show, whatever it is. You don't supposed to read the Lexington letter in order to understand Severance. It doesn't work like that. It helps, it's a bonus, it adds, but it cannot be a key to understanding the TV show. Otherwise, you're supposed to open the TV show with, you know, disclaimer. You should read the Lexington letter if you want to understand this episode. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to do it. So, no way in hell we're gonna see like a big reveal that it's gonna be understandable only if you read Lexington letter. Nice. Jen the teacher, great mind thinks alike. You really think the creator of the chip would be? I think I read this one already. Unpronounceable, I agree. Fun for us super fans, but can be main plot points. Usher is not important to our story. Give me a break. I agree. Probably not. I'm once again, I'm not ruling something completely out, because I've experienced thinking like there's no way in hell this is gonna be real, and then seeing something comes true, and then I was like, yeah, I was thinking about this, and nobody's gonna believe me that I was thinking about this. So I think it's better to be wrong than not say anything. I mean, the whole fun of this experience is not being right. It's about, you know, talking to people, having this amazing community. I think Helena is her Audi, and she slipped up when she spoke to Milchik about Mark, and also when DeLeon spoke about Mark not knowing the difference, and also during the last scene, she is her Audi. I don't think she's her Audi. I think this is HellyR, because HellyR, you know, Helena doesn't really need the help of a note to know how to go to this, to this hall, the experts hall. What could season 3 even be about, given that all the main characters seems to be leaving Lumen? Many things. I think that the end will open up so many new wormholes, so new ideas, so many new possibilities. I mean, there's absolutely no way knowing what Dan and BenStiller prepared for us there. Trammell Tillman is way too popular. Of course, Milchik is not gonna die. No honeymoon story for Mark. I don't think this is that kind of a TV show we're gonna see so much honeymoon. I too lean towards Ricken being the mole and not Devon. I don't think he's a mole. I think he's just something else. No matter how good the season finale is, if ER doesn't come back, I'm automatically minusing 1 from the rating. No, he's gonna come back 100%. I had the thought that what if Dylan became his innie full time? I actually think the no honeymoon comment might be to Mark's innie about him and HellyR rather than about him and Gemma. Or it's just basically, no honeymoon for you. Okay, my theory in season 3 right now is clean slate. Dylan plus maybe one of them when we start again. Without Tasha, we have huge loose ends about who's caring for the children, not just Dylan and Gretchen's children, but Ricken and Devon's child. But then again, think about this. Like, once again, 99% of the audience doesn't really care about this. This is only us crazies, which basically pick up on every details, like who's taking care of Devon's baby. Once again, most of the people that just gather around their TVs, like I've been on Thursday, I was sitting with my two of my friends and showing one of them my YouTube channel. It's like, yeah, me and my wife were watching this TV show, and I'm like, starts to talk to him, and like, I understand how he and his wife are watching this TV show. They're just watching and having some fun. Nobody's going like driving themselves insane about like what the theories and who is taking care of Devon's children. They could care less about this. So maybe the creators also like thought about like not putting time and money on creating new characters, or maybe putting lines and using the TV show for answering this question. And we have a donation from Loretta Dubac Shipley Angel, $5. Thank you so much, Loretta. Excited about the new merch. The phrase "need for cognition" is cool, and have worn clothes from that company before, and they're good quality. Thank you so much. I'm excited. I think that for the price that they're asking for this merch, it's supposed to be a good quality. It has to be good quality. So the whole need for cognition, like it started, I think, like a month and a half ago. I was thinking that I want to make some videos that not just about the TV shows that we're covering. Of course, I will keep doing this, but sometimes it's a little bit frustrating, this whole chase, like there's this episode and it's relevant today, and tomorrow it's already less relevant, and after a week it's completely irrelevant because a new episode is out. And there's something very good about this, because when it's super relevant, you can get to new people, you get new audience, there is some sort of a hype about it, and this is the best way to find new people for your channel, new eyes. But as I told you, there is a downside for that. So I want to make some videos that hopefully will be relevant as long as YouTube is relevant. This is like a very like a big topic. But think about something in the middle is like my video about From. This is not something that's relevant only for a week. It's relevant until for the whole time From is relevant, and maybe even a little bit later. This video can draw people to it. My review of episode 3 of season 2 of From is probably gonna be getting like 1 view per year, like in the year 2030. So I was looking for topics, and I was asking my ChatGPT, like, is there something that basically explains why some people actually enjoy, like some people, me including, enjoy this whole crazy experience of diving into theories, building murder boards, like talking to each other, like theory after theory, analyzing, watching the shows. And he's like, yeah, this is something that's called need for cognition. Now, ChatGPT is something you should check, because many times he's just giving you an answer that you are looking for, and sometimes he's bending some rules, he or she or it, whatever you want to call it. So then again, I'm starting to Google and I'm reading about the whole need for cognition, and the more I read about it, it's like, holy shit, like, I mean, this is something that I was looking for. I mean, this is something that can be embraced as an identity. Like, this is maybe like a big dream, like maybe something that's never gonna come true. But then again, like, think about the situation. Like, if you walk on the street and you're seeing somebody wearing a t-shirt with need for cognition, you're like, okay, this is a fellow crazy. This is a fellow crazy person that I can like be. I know you, who you are. I know that you're watching From. I know that you're watching Lost. I know that you're watching Dark. I know that you're building theories. This is just something like if I'm wearing this, for example. Like, look at this shirt. This is, some people, they buy like expensive brands because this is somehow emphasizes their personality, which is obviously I'm not against. Like, I love brands too, mostly because of the quality, and usually the clothes look nice. But I also will wear a shirt, and this is one of my favorite shirts, with Erebor on it, Erebor stud. This is something that I bought on a convention for Lord of the Rings, and I absolutely love this shirt. And this is, Lord of the Rings is part of my personality. It's not just a movie that I like. It's not just the book that I read. This is like something that is part of my life, and I was missing something in that area of my fandom, of my geekiness, the whole need for cognition thing. So as soon as I discovered that this is a known psychological explanation for what we are experiencing, I was like, hell yeah, I'm doing a video about need for cognition, and it's ready. The script is ready. I just want to make it with the merch. So as soon as the hoodie is going to arrive, I'm going to make this video. Anyway, thank you so much again for asking about the need for cognition and for your donation. So let's get back to the chat. I'm pretty sure someone will die. He's still going down the chat. Yeah, I'm probably never going to finish this today. We're having a pretty cool live stream. It's almost 2 hours already. My eye still hurting, but I'm not getting tired. So yeah, as long as it's interesting. The only really thing that's kind of bothers me that I'm super hungry. So if you will excuse me, I will just, om nom nom here on this cookie, which is awesome. This is Red Bamba, if it tells you anything. But I don't want to like chew in the microphone. So just a small break, just a small break of 10-15 seconds. And I'm back. Thank you for your patience. I don't know how many live streamers and YouTube eat something, but I had to eat something because my stomach is like already, dude, we need to eat something. Okay, so we're gonna let Igor catch up to Chad. Gemma will be killed, maybe, and it's gonna be devastating if it's gonna happen. But I can see the creators going that way, because it's like, it's devastating to lose the characters that you love, but usually those are the TV shows that stay with you, and it's not like the TV shows, like, for example, Suits, one of my favorite TV shows with a lot of faults, Supernatural with a lot of faults, where that the heroes have like a very strong plot armor and nothing's gonna happen to them. They're not enjoyable, but I really love the TV show Person of Interest. For example, in this show, which kind of gives you the vibe that the heroes will have a very strong plot armor, they actually don't. and this is something that's kind of stays with, oh shit, my Mac is almost dying. So just let me bring the charger. I'm a bit too much today. Okay, we are saved. You see, my hair is drying and it's already a little more mess than it was in the beginning of this live stream. And we have a donation, €5 from Pink Seal Productions. Greetings from your patron, Caris S. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I know exactly who are we talking about. Now, please answer Mel's question. Which one? I answered her question, I think. No? Oh, so, I'm a moron. I'm so stupid. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Oh, I was like talking for half an hour how I want to thank you and I didn't answer the question. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Today I'm yeah, it's not like I need some rest because I'm still very hyped up. But then again, what is Cold Harbor by Francis Brett Young? Let's Google this together. Who is Francis Brett Young? Cold Harbor. Cold Harbor by Francis Brett Young. Okay, Dr. Ronald Wake and his wife Evelyn have been, though a horrifying personal experience that has made a holiday in Italy necessary. There, under the serene Neapolitan sky, they relate the experience that has driven them to Italy seeking quiet and peace. Cold Harbor is horrible in its note of terror because it never strains credulity. The diabolical Humphrey Furnival, with his frustrated life and excessive energy turned for outlet to abnormal practices, is quite within belief. Visible malice, invisible horrors, and goose flesh are all in Cold Harbor. It is a technical tour de force and, what is more, a good story. There is something here, like the whole terror thing kind of works for me here. Okay, is this some sort of like classic, or is just some modern book? Like let's see. Cold Harbor, Francis Brett. Okay, let's just want to check something else. Let's 1 second. Okay. Can you connect Severance to a book called Harbor by Francis Brett Young, other than the name? Okay, let's see. Usually my research starts with ChatGPT, and then as soon as if I see something that I can work on, then I already move to Google, to Wikipedia, and to other sources. There are some interesting thematic and conceptual parallels between Severance and Cold Harbor by Francis Brett Young, beyond just the shared name of the mysterious workplace in both stories. While Severance is a modern sci-fi thriller about corporate control and identity fragmentation, Cold Harbor is a psychological war novel set during World War One. This is already interesting. World War One. This is Mark's specialty. So, okay, this can be a coincidence or maybe not. Okay. However, both work explore a loss of self, isolation, and the impact of an oppressive environment on the human mind. In Severance, the characters' minds are literally split between their work selves and their outside selves. This creates a prison-like mental isolation where the innies have no knowledge of the outside world and are trapped in their workspace reality. We kind of know. In Cold Harbor, the protagonist, a soldier named John Melwish, finds himself trapped in a hostile and surreal war environment, suffering from wounds, disorientation, and increasing psychological distress. His sense of identity starts to fragment as he struggles to survive in a world that feels like a nightmarish limbo. Both, I was reading, I think, a different book here. It was something about some dude and his wife moving to Italy. Was that it or not it? Dr. Ronald Wake and his wife. So is ChatGPT bullshitting me or is this website bullshitting me? Let's find more information again. Cold Harbor. Okay. Is there Wikipedia about this? Maybe. Okay, so this is first of all a classic author. He was living until 1954. So very interesting. Let's see his works. Okay, main works. Where's the Cold Harbor? Yes, the Cold Harbor in 1924. Takes place in Britain's Blake Country in a supposedly haunted mansion on the site of an ancient Roman villa, whose owner Humphrey Furnival curtly dismisses an accusation that it's cursed. The story is told from the point of view of a young couple forced to take refuge there for the night after the car has a puncture. Kind of feels like everyone is telling me a different story here. Or I'm just missing something. Anyway, both settings, Lumen Cold Harbor Department and the novel Cold Harbor Battlefield, represents places where human autonomy is stripped away and individuals are forced to exist under the control of a greater, indifferent force. Corporate overlords and severance, military bureaucracy, and war in Cold Harbor. Okay, so let's skip to the conclusion. I don't think we're gonna get a lot from ChatGPT today, but it's definitely like I'm gonna have to at least to find some kind of like how many pages is that? No information here. No, like nothing. Let's say shop this series if it's gonna give. That's not it. Like Jack Higgins Cold Harbor. We're not talking about Jack Higgins, we're talking about something else. Okay, I'm gonna have to probably find this book. We'll see how I'm just looking to listen to something in audiobooks. If I'm gonna find it in audiobook, I'm probably gonna buy it and listen to it. If you think that there is some kind of a connection there, and this is something that I can use in the review, so yeah, definitely gonna check it out. So let's read the conclusion here. Though Severance is dystopian corporate thriller and Cold Harbor is a war novel, both explore the psychological toll. And I don't think that ChatGPT is understanding here what are we talking about. I think he's talking here about a different book. This is I love the reference. As far as I can see, there are many Cold Harbor books there. So yeah, you should definitely check this out, especially if it takes place during the World War I period and it's a classic book, so it's not a modern book. So usually if something is used as a reference for a TV show or something like this, most of the time it's going to be something that is classic. Okay, so yeah. So thank you so much for reminding me that I didn't answer the question that was embarrassing. Thank you for saving me from this. It was yeah. Wow, if I would get that kind of a donation and didn't even answer the question, yeah, you should close the channel after that. You should just basically just from a sheer embarrassment of not doing, what you're supposed to do. Mel, I apologize. I hope you understand this is just me being all over the place and trying to answer in everything in the chat. And thank you so much. Okay. And Jonas also donating. The people need Mel's question answered. I feel bad. I feel so bad. Okay. And people donating even more just so I'll be answered. Oh my God. Yeah, well, at least my girlfriend is gonna have a laugh at me. If she's not asleep yet, she's probably asleep already. She's so tired. She's like my hero. I mean, I'm helping with the baby, obviously, but I'm also working. So work is kind of like a rest right now because, like, while I'm working, I was like, when I went to see the doctor last week, I came back and I was like, I was talking to my girlfriend. I was like, I kind of feel bad. I rested, like going in a car, listening to some music, arriving at a doctor, and going back in a car for another half an hour. I felt like was one of the best rest I had in the past month. And it's not like I'm not enjoying the time I spend with my son. This is like the greatest period of my life. This is the best thing that ever happened to me. Not even close, without any competition. But it's also very tiring. And my girlfriend, she's 24 hours, literally. Like during the night, when a baby wakes up and he wants to eat, I don't have a milk for him. She's the one waking up. She's the one taking care of him. Right now, he's going through a period when he doesn't want to sleep anywhere but on top of her. So she's like putting him here. And if she's moving him somewhere else, he's like crying his eyes out. And she's obviously doesn't really sleep like that because she's afraid that she's gonna roll over on him. So she's like sleeping with one eye open, and her back is killing. I don't know. She's a freaking Terminator. I mean, every mom out there, and I'm talking about the real moms, not the ones that like abandoning their babies, because there are moms like that too. I'm talking about the moms that are taking care of their children. It's like huge respect. I heard about this. I experienced this. Luckily, I had the greatest mom ever. Right now, I'm seeing the greatest mom ever living next to me already. But now, like I'm seeing this while I'm experiencing this, I have so much respect for moms out there. It's easier to be that. I think I'm generalizing. Obviously, there are situations where it's not, but most of the time it's hard, but it's still easier to be a dad than to be a mom. So yeah, just using this time to say how much I love my girlfriend and how I appreciate her. And yeah. So yeah, but then again, tomorrow I'm gonna tell her a story how I received the biggest donation ever, and I almost didn't answer the question that was with this donation, and other people donated more money for me to answer this question, which somebody who is unethical would probably use as a strategy for their next. And I just feel like I want to give you back the money of like for everybody, because this is embarrassing. Anyway, but like I can apologize, but people in the chat coming from something else, they want to like talk about Severance. So let's talk about Severance. Everyone with kids, if they are healthy, please appreciate that every day. Yes, this is the most, like every time we are talking about the kid, like the only thing that comes up, as long as he's healthy. Like, I don't really care who's he's gonna be in life. Like, we're watching some TV shows and like, oh my god, my son, he's marrying the girl that I don't like. Oh my god, my son, he's not gonna be a doctor. I'm like, what in the fuck is wrong with you? I don't care who is my son gonna be. I don't care who's he's gonna marry, a guy, girl, or a dog, whatever. If he's gonna be happy and healthy, this is the only thing that matters to me. I'm gonna do everything in my power to make this happen. So yeah, hi from Vancouver, Canada. Just wanted to say that your accent is so exquisite. I would listen to you read the phone book. Thank you so much. Not everybody shares this sentiment. Some people dislike it, and I get some comments sometimes, but it's kind of like after so much positivity that I got in this channel with people telling me that I shouldn't really care about the accent, or that even my accent is enjoyable. When somebody comes and they like want to put some negativity, and they'll want like, yeah, I don't like your accent. I'm like, okay, you don't like it. That's you. I'm not going to be able to change the accent already. I had this... when I started to do YouTube, I had like a tutor on Preply, I think. Awesome guy, by the way, very cool guy. And he was helping me with an accent. And then at some point I was like, I don't really need this. Like, this is probably the greatest accent I will ever have. I'm not gonna be able to make it better unless I'm like start hiring coaches that like Hollywood stars are hiring to get an American accent or something like this. But I don't feel like I need it. This is something that people can already see a part of me. And if you dislike it, I'm not gonna be also one of those guys like, yeah, you dislike it, you disliking my accent. This is because your life is horrible or something like this. No, somebody can just dislike my accent. It's okay to dislike somebody's accent. I mean, sometimes my older brother, he's an IT guy. He works in a cybersecurity, so he's watching a lot of videos by Indians because like the whole IT segment in YouTube is made by Indians. And sometimes the accent is so heavy there. I'm like, how you can listen and understand that? So yeah, maybe for somebody it's not their cup of tea, and it's okay. Like I will probably never understand people that just have to put this in words instead of just moving on. I will never go to somebody's channel and be like, your accent is horrible or your content is bad. I mean, I'm just gonna skip it and move to the next video because what is the point of that? But then again, if somebody feels passionate enough about it and if it makes their day better, I don't care. So I grew up in Canada, so I don't have Hungarian accent. Well, that's exactly what it is. Like if you're growing up somewhere, like when we moved to Israel, I was 10 years old, and it was already a bit too late. So if I have a lot of friends who are immigrants also like me, and if they came here at the age of 5 or 6, they don't have an accent. But if they came here at the age of 10, 11, 12, they will have a slight accent. That's it. But then again, our world becomes less and less closed, even though it kind of been closing lately with all the pandemic and the wars everywhere and people hating on each other. But still, it's way more open than, for example, 20 years ago. So, like, if you fly to a different country and you meet new people, most likely you will meet not only locals. There's a lot of different population. Like, we are talking about right now moving maybe to Georgia because like life is like 4 or 5 times less expensive there, and I'm working online, so it doesn't really matter where do we live. And it will help us save some money. It will allow me to, not to be stressed so much that I'm doing YouTube, because the money that I'm doing in YouTube will be way more than enough for Georgia. It's not even remotely enough for Israel prices. We are like watching the towns, and like half of the population already immigrants there. That are moving there, people that work in online and etc. So yeah, like accent is not something that draws to attention already. It's like, that's it. You just have an accent. That's all. So let's talk about Severance. Carol, I feel you. I'm sorry I made this. I should call this live stream. Let's talk about Igor. But hopefully we were able to cover some Severance themes. New York has a cool accent. Oh, forget about it. The only New York accent I know came from France and Joey making this accent. So whatever. A raw egg straight in the veins. Yeah, this is the Egan diet, as we call it. Okay. I'm just gonna look for something in the chat regarding Severance. And look about, once again, I'm thinking right now about this community. We're still we're still almost 200 people in the chat. I think in the peak we had 210 people. Like for the last half an hour, we barely touched anything Severance related, and everybody's still there. We just enjoying each other, and it's freaking awesome. And I can think about 100 different topics that if I would stray just a little bit from the topic, most of the people would just already log off and be like, what the hell are you talking about? I came here for something that I want and you're not delivering. So I'm moving on. So this is exactly what I'm saying. Like this community, this not Severance only community. This was the same with From. I didn't do some live streams on Silo, but I'm pretty sure it would be very similar. There is something about NFC need for cognition people that makes us this awesome. Okay. My son just turned 9 and I just had a flashback when he reminded me of the first year. Then teething happened. The phases can be a challenge. Yeah, we're a little bit dreading the teething, but I want it to happen. So we're just gonna be able to put that at some point behind us. It's gonna happen anyway. So you're a great man, Igor. Thank you so much. You're in Ontario. I'm from Vancouver, Canada. Just wanted to, yes, Vancouver, we read this. The mansion in Cold Harbor serve as a claustrophobic, almost dreamlike trap from protagonist, much like the seemingly endless hallways of LumonIndustries in Severance. So, Mel, you read the book. I can see that you read the book and you probably seen a lot of similarities there. I'm gonna try to find the translation to Russian. Still, it's easy for me to understand books in that language. Hopefully there is a translation. If I'm gonna find, I'm gonna read it. I just give you a promise. I will try to find an audiobook. It's way easier because then I can maybe do some chores in the house. I can wash my dishes, or I can do some laundry, help my girlfriend with that, and then I can simultaneously listen to the book. It makes the whole consuming knowledge way easier. But if not, I'm gonna read the book. I mean, after that donation, there is no freaking way I'm not gonna read the book. And yes, if it's will be enough even for a video information, maybe I will make a video about this. I hope you keep up these lives even after Severance is over. Well, probably, yeah. I mean, there is a Black Mirror, which is always interesting to analyze. Andor first season was amazing. Whether you're into Star Wars or not, actually, even if you're not into Star Wars, I would advise you watch Andor. Absolutely astonishing acting performances by Stellan Skarsgård, especially one of the greatest performances I have ever seen. And also Last of Us is also great. It's a very emotional story. I love it. I'm not a Last of Us hater. I know some people really hate the second part for, obvious reasons. But I think it's a very beautiful story, and hopefully that will get a continuation. 1924 book probably has a Russian version. You've seen 1899. This is a trauma for me. I was covering this TV show. That was before I had the English channel. I actually have a video on my channel related to that. There was like a while ago, years ago, when I was just sometimes making some videos in English. I would do a video in Russian for my channel in Russian, and then I was like, the video's already, done, so I can just, make it in English. Here are my videos. I think it's maybe unlisted right now because it's not very good. No, where is it? Yes, I have a dark spot in American history, Chinese Exclusion Act. So there's this thing that's called Chinese Exclusion Act. If you were Chinese, you weren't able to immigrate to United States at 1899. So this is one of the reasons one of the characters pretended to be not Chinese, pretended to be Japanese, was learning the language, if you remember in TV show. So I was analyzing the feculence of this show. I was checking I had a lot of interesting theories. I think it had the potential to become one of the greatest TV shows in our area, in our NFC area. But something happened there. The Netflix audience didn't really enjoy this show. So yeah, I was so upset when it was canceled. It took me like weeks. I was like, it was painful. But it was a great show. This was very, very, very good show. Anyway, Baran Boadar, by the way, just posted something a couple of days ago on his Instagram that he signed up a deal with HBO Max and he's working on a new movie. Baran Boadar and Yanti Frizi, those are the people behind Dark and behind 1899. So I'm super excited to see what's next. And HBO Max is way better platform for a TV show that requires people gathering every week and talking and building theories. And one of the things that I think killed 1899 is it was bingeable. Everybody was just watching until the end and they didn't get an answer and they were upset about it. Some people switched off later. They were like, I'm not understanding what's going on, especially, Netflix audience when 1899 was released and a Netflix audience when Dark was released. It's already two different audiences with very different demands. So I think this is what killed 1899. If this show was released every week, and the hype was building up, and people like Think Story would make videos about this TV show every week and not just once, the hype, the word to mouth would spread and this show would get enough audience. But unfortunately it didn't happen, so I hope that the new show for HBO Max will be something very good. People complain about everything from isn't perfect, but I like it a lot. Of course, nothing is perfect. This is something that kind of bugs me. Like every time I'm trying to explain this, if I'm complaining, it's not in reference to you, by the way. This I'm agreeing with you 100%. I'm saying like every time I make a video that's not 100% complimentary towards a TV show, somebody will have like, oh, this guy has just wants to hate. I mean, if I give a 9 out of 10, is this hating? But 9 out of 10 means that something is not perfect there. Okay, there are some things that are not working for me. And if they're not working for me, I'm just gonna say this because I want to be perfectly honest with everybody. Like if this bugs me, I think I say this and I'm like 100% behind this. Like a promise I made to my Russian audience, like many times they were telling me like, Igor, you should get some ads, there are a lot of like online casino, bet on sports, advertisements, and some companies approached me for the Russian market and I always declined. Even though if the money is good, still, I don't want to be the person responsible for somebody else losing money. I don't want to be, not even responsible. I don't want to be a part of this situation. Okay, the same way I'm giving promise to all of you, even if it's like tomorrow, I don't know, Apple TV, HBO, whatever it is, or some kind of an agency that works with them is gonna tell me like, Igor, we want to give you an early access to the TV show, just like J-Bug has, just like Think Story has, but there's no way you will say something or negative, or maybe you are allowed to say 1 or 2 negative things about an episode, but overall your reviews have to be very positive all the time. I'm gonna decline. I'm just gonna decline, doesn't matter what's on the table, because nothing worth your audience trust. And it's not just because like I'm some kind of a stand-up guy, which I try to be, but it's also a pragmatic way of thinking from my side. The greatest value that you can provide and you can get from your audience as a YouTuber is your audience trust. As soon as you lose it, there is no channel anymore. So as soon as somebody is gonna see that Igor lied about something or Igor was not honest with us about something, then my channel is gonna be over. This is why every time when there is something for me to share with you, I will never hide it. Maybe there is something that I'm not gonna say, but it's not gonna be said because I don't want to share with you. I don't want to sound too negative about it. Maybe it's just because I didn't think that was important enough, because obviously I have way more thoughts about every episode than what I put in a half an hour video. But no way in hell I will ever sacrifice my integrity and my audience trust for anything, because this is the highest value that you can get as a YouTuber. Okay, I will miss them, especially Irv. Yes, I will miss Severance. I will definitely miss Severance. And hopefully I will be able to give you, a little bit more. I'm not going to be the only one, obviously, but I will do my best. Like, I remember the first time I finished reading the Wheel of Time series from the beginning to the end. I think half an hour after that, I started rereading that again. And then I spent a lot of time on YouTube watching YouTubers that are covering Wheel of Time. I was just not ready to release it. Like, the ending was so good, I couldn't just go on with my life. So I think this is something that we all gonna experience, in the closest Friday that's gonna happen. We're not gonna be like, okay, that's over, let's move on to the next one. No, we probably gonna need a couple of days or maybe weeks to move on to the next thing, and I will do my best to provide you with the content and with the place where you can do this. Dark Matter is good and Silo was really good. Dark Matter is not bad at all. Apple TV is applying pressure right now. Apple TV is very high quality. Not everything, but I love that they're putting quality as their priority. Netflix is putting abundance of content. Like, there is no way you're not gonna be able to find something on Netflix. So whatever you're looking for a reality TV show right now. There's sports, fighter. You want something interesting, you want something dark, you want something funny. You're gonna be able to find it on Netflix. I mean, if but it's more like all you can eat buffet. And Apple TV is at least trying to be a very fine dining, a very fine restaurant. And I'm all for it. I really liked Constellation. Also was kind of sad that it was canceled. Dark Matter, I kind of started watching this, but once again, it's not like I didn't like it, but I was not swept by it. It's not bad. I'm probably going to watch it when season 2 is going to be released, and I'm going to be covering it, obviously, because it's definitely in my lane. But I think it's also a book adaptation, so I'm less of a fan when it happens. I'm more looking into, I'm more enjoying TV shows like From and Severance, when it's an original story and no feculence can spoil that for me. Any Slow Horses fans? Haven't checked it out, but Gary Oldman is awesome. Severance is the best show I have ever seen beside The Twilight Zone. Igor, have you seen C? Yes, I've seen one episode, I think. Also very good. Today, an Apple TV for some reason started to advertise this again. I think this show is over for a while. I wanted to watch this, but once again, I don't have a time for a binge right now. It's a TV show that you need to binge, and I just don't have enough time for it. And by the way, guys, people who are parents and who remember how it is to be a parent for a newborn probably will support me with this notion that you can be like energetic, and suddenly you're like engines off. And this is something that happens to me. I can barely open my eyes already, barely hold my eyes open. So we're going to wrap up. I'm just going to run through the chat fast. We'll see if there is something. Sacred feculence. Okay, this is something I definitely will remember. Hopefully I will remember to use it in my next video, because this is gold. I give Paradise a 7. I want to check. I was a little bit angry, but not because of the Paradise itself. This is not their fault or whatever. This is just my, bugs in my head. They released one episode, and I watch this, and I start my usual process. Then I go slowly through episode 1, and I'm starting to find screenshot. I'm analyzing some details. And then somebody in my Russian Telegram chat, they're writing to me like, have you seen episode 2 and 3? They just released it. And I'm like, what the hell is going on with this weird schedule? Like, there is no point for me to go and analyze episode 1 right now. And I also was a bit pragmatic about this. I went online and I've seen, YouTubers 10 times bigger than me doing videos about Paradise and getting barely 1,000 views. So I thought that my time and effort will be, put somewhere else better. But then again, like, it's over. The first season is over. It has very high grades, very high reviews. So I'm definitely gonna check it out. Especially if we're gonna receive a confirmation that it's gonna be renewed for season 2. Definitely gonna give it a chance. So what is Paradise about? Thanks, Igor. Great life. Take care. Have a vessel sharing great sleep. I'm just gonna pass out. It's not sleeping already. This is basically passing out. Sorry, I apologize to everybody who wrote some question and I didn't answer it. From one side, it's really cool to have such an active chat with a lot of people talking, which is awesome. Basically, obviously, it's always more preferable to have more people than just 2-3 people in the live stream, which I had before. Which is a bit, like, you feel like you're in the dating app and you don't have any match. Like, I still remember this feeling 6 years before when I actually met my girlfriend in Tinder. Believe it or not, this happens too. I kind of always thought I'm not going to be able to find somebody serious in online dating, but that happened, and now we have a kid. But when you have a small chat, there is no way you're going to miss somebody. And the downside of having a lot of people in live stream, you will ignore something. intentionally or not intentionally, you will ignore some people. And once again, this is not a cool feeling. You're taking your time, you're writing something for the streamer, you want to get an answer, and then you feel like they're ignoring you, like you're being ignored. So if you have this feeling right now, this is definitely not my intention. And if this is something that it's important to you, can leave it in the comment under this video. The live stream is gonna be it's gonna stay on the channel. So write me in comment, and comments I will make sure to answer them. Thank you so much, wherever you are in the world, and we have seen that people are gathering from everywhere. So have a good night, good evening, good morning, good day, whatever it is for you. Thank you so much for spending these 2 hours with me. It was awesome, and you're awesome. So